Good morning. I miss the old days, don't you? I'm talking about not like 30 years ago, I'm talking about like 500, 800 years ago, when justice was handled by the people. It was great. It was rough, but at least it was hard for them. You know, the criminals, the assholes, the traitors, it was hard for them to get away with it. Now they are getting away with it. How do you like this? I'm sure you don't like it. Back in the old days, it was tough for them, you see. So I miss this. I will talk about the Socialist Party today here in Sweden. Now, we have mass immigration in Sweden. Still, we have a lot of people coming from the Middle East and North Africa. And we had a flood of them coming. And the Socialist Party, they have been cheering all along. They are very much responsible for it too. But they've been jumping with joy over this. Oh, this is fantastic. This will be so good for Sweden, they say. Now this changed. Because they want to get back to power. They were kicked out of government in the last election. They want to get back there. So now they talk differently. Very much differently. They are not jumping with joy. So they did reports, see, about this, about mass immigration. And it was presented, for instance, in state television by this socialist lady. And you know what she said? I know you will not be surprised about this. You know what she said? The Socialist Party is the first party to say that something needs to be done to deal with the immigration-related problems. Right. Comment of the month, maybe, at least here in Sweden. Right. So they made reports, and this is what they say basically. Immigration to Sweden is unprecedented if you compare it to other countries. And it wasn't all that good. You know, that's basically what they say. And then they say this, and there's some honesty in this one. They say the success of the Sweden Democrats, you know, the Nationalist Party, the success of the Sweden Democrats meant that they were more keen to distance themselves from that party than to protect Sweden's best interests. There's some honesty, actually, because this is absolutely true. Well, they couldn't even talk about mass immigration being a problem. They couldn't talk about the problems at all, because this would benefit the Sweden Democrats, you see. This is how it was. But now, they have the solution. The Socialist Party, they have the solution. Don't worry about it. We will solve this, they say. You know what the solution is? I suppose you can guess this. Well, it's not sending people home. It's not about deportation. That's not the solution. No, the solution is to mix people by force. You will force people to live with each other. Okay? Swedes, they should live with the people from Somalia and Afghanistan. See? We should mix them. That's the solution. That's right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I miss the old days. They wouldn't get away with this in the old days. No way. See? They are so much responsible for this mess. And they wouldn't get away with it. If this was 800 years ago, you know. Right. I also want to mention this. This is about the pandemic. You know, it was a bit easier for people living here in Sweden. during the pandemic, as you know. Now they are preparing for the next one. And there was a comment from this new health minister. He's a total asshole. We know this. Those of us here in Sweden who are purebloods, who are awake, we know this new health minister is an asshole. We know this already. So he said next time it will have to get tougher in Sweden. Right. I believe they are preparing for the next one in maybe all countries. They are trying to. I heard this from New York. This was decided in court. They reinstated a state law governing the ability of the state health department to mandate someone quarantine. So this is settled in New York. They can do this. If I understand this, the guy will say, no, I don't want to be in quarantine. And the health department will force them to be in quarantine. I want to go out and see friends, and I want to go to my work. No, you're staying right there. See, this is New York. How do you deal with this stuff, you people living in New York? You're planning to move, maybe to Florida or something, just out of New York. Oh. Tyrants. It's terrible. And when is the next one coming? What do you think? I have been guessing 2025. But maybe it's already next year. I don't know. Maybe this year. No? I don't think this year, but next year. 2025. I'm quite curious to see what's going to happen. Sort of looking forward to it, because I will know, and you will know, how many did wake up during these 3 years. And how awake are people? How much willingness is there with the people to remain free? We'll have to see, right? Okay, be good.